girls.
Hey, how's it going everyone? Well, we're out on another trip, just a 3-day trip with my old cobber Aaron, as usual. He always seems to tag along. I can't get rid of him. Yeah, just a 3-day trip out to a private backcountry station in Marlborough here, and we've got the very lucky privilege of being able to drive to a hut. So we've got a bit of luxury for once, instead of being in a tent, cramped up in a tent. We were just out on the first evening rather, and we've already seen a few deer out over here. And as you just saw, snuck up on a wee mob of pigs. We were just on our way around to a second gully for a quick look and saw these pigs on the way around. So had a stalk, and as you saw, we got pretty darn close. So I'll let you watch the rest of it and see what the results were. Oh, that was pretty cool. Managed to get right in on that little pig, and from what I could see, it was a perfect shot right behind the shoulder. There's heaps of blood down here, and he should be, oh there he is, right there, top notch, awesome stalk. Nice. You throw that whole thing in the oven. He's going to be tasty. It's beautiful shot right behind the shoulder. Heart shot obviously, and exit there. Bloody good. A pretty small target for a traditional bow, isn't it? Good stuff. It'll be tasty. I think you missed a little pig. What do you got to say for yourself?
You're a pig.
I'm a pig.
Yeah. I know. So I just went down the hill and got that other pig that Matt hit. Another good shot actually. So I've always pulled them off with the longbow. So
yeah.
Another nice wee pig. So I've managed to get that back up the hill, and just the wind's a bit of a pain in the ass, isn't it? So it looks like we're going to have to spend the rest of the evening up here. We don't want to scent the gully out for the morning, do we?
No.
So we're going to spend the night up here and just try and got pretty good vantage points, so we'll just have a look around and see what we can see and get stuck in the morning.
Yep.
Hopefully that wind settles down a bit. It's quite swirly in here, and we've hunted this for a long time, probably about 30 odd years, mate? And
that long?
Makes us old,
yeah, it would be. Yep.
So yeah, and it's a lot of little gutters and ridges and stuff, and you get a lot of back eddies, and wind's always your worst enemy, so it's always good to hunt it when it's still, if you can.
The deer we've seen so far tonight have all been up very, very high, despite all the spring grass being low down in the gully. So That's a bit odd,
Yeah.
but they are where they are, I guess.
Yep. See what pops out tonight, eh?
Yeah.
And then get a gauge on it for the morning.
Yep.
She's beautiful even now though. That wind's starting to settle down a bit.
Very good.
Pass. That's one. Hey, hey! Good morning, everyone. Day 2. Just thought we'd give you a little update on last night after we talked to you last. We were heading back to the truck and it was, I don't know, 15 minutes from dark.
Wasn't far away.
And we saw a couple of deer coming down the fence line, so we grabbed Aaron's bow and we actually bought a rifle on this trip, hoping to sort of give ourselves a bit more of a chance of filling the freezer. So we grabbed the rifle as well, and long story short, we snuck right into what turned out to be
Initially it was probably
35 metres.
Initially it's probably 25.
Initially 25, yeah, and then anyway, long story short, these 2 deer stopped on a rock outcrop, and we estimated the range at 45, and Aaron had a shot, went sailing over its back, and looking at it later and pacing it out. Oh no, you range found it, didn't you? Later, we didn't have time to use the rangefinder at the time, so it was a lot. It was 35 in the end, and that's why he shot over the back. But all was not lost.
No.
Lay down on the rock and used the rifle and shot a young stag. So that was cool. That was probably the first deer I've shot with a rifle for donkey's years.
I was going to say, would it be 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years. So that was kind of almost like a new experience, really. But anyway, we've got some venison in the bank, and we're just about to head back out today.
Shit, yeah, Herb.
Shit, yeah, Herb.
Anything yet?
No, nothing.
See any?
2 over in the face here.
Yep. Oh, that wasn't a very productive morning. We only saw 3 deer, no pigs, and a few goats. So I thought I'd give you a wee history lesson, if you like. See all these pine trees behind us here? They're all contorta pines, and they were planted back in the 60s and 70s to supposedly stop erosion, which they did, of course. But they didn't know back then, and this is a hotly debated topic, and it's been discussed a lot over the years, but they didn't know back then that it was a pest tree, and they just, as you probably know, spread like wildfire. And these gullies here were there, that was what they planted. You can see those definite boundaries on the big trees, but all the little stuff underneath are all self-sown. And the whole country is covered in scattered smaller trees. to the point where it's starting to affect the livelihood of the landowner. And so the council have over the years paid for crews to come in and physically chop them down by hand. And if you go over there and have a look at all these dead ones, you'll see they've been in here not too long ago. And this whole face under the truck here, all those brown dead trees are ones they've cut out by hand. And this is just one small face of many that they've done over the years, and they just keep growing and growing and spreading. And once they get up to that size there, just the nature of the branches, they're so thick that even the animals can't live in there. So yeah, major problem.
Mate's just turning his things around. But there used to be a good resident mob of Shemmy lived up on the tops there, and used to walk up through the gullies quite easily to get onto the tops. And you look at it now, and you try and get it, you can't even get in there. So it's amazing how much it's taken over.
Yeah, it's a real shame when you look back, like Aaron said. Kind of hope that wind's not too bad. 20, 30 years ago when we were hunting it, the comparison to nowadays is just amazing. Terrible. Shocking.
Oh, we get back from a little bit of a morning hunt. And look, what's that? What are you doing there, pig? There's a problem, you got a hut, eh?
Trying to have a cat. Some bastard keeps putting a camera in my face.
You're not going to shoot a deer lion in your safe with me, eh? What do you say for yourself?
It's called managing my day. Time management.
You justify it however you want, you lazy old bugger.
Hey everyone, it's afternoon on day 2 now. Aaron and I actually split up today. 2 reasons really. The area that Aaron's going to is involves dropping way down into a gully. To be honest, all the medical treatment I've been receiving lately, my energy levels are way down, and I think I'd struggle coming back up. But aside from that, by splitting up we kind of cover more ground, so I've come over into another gully here. The wind is still playing havoc with us. It's just going in the wrong direction for us. Just seen 2 deer down in the creek here, which is a good sign. Some fresh pig rooting in front of me here. So once again, we'll see how we get on. Back again, and I am shaking. As you just saw, I filmed a little black goat in the pine trees there, and then next minute I see this deer right beside it, and got a wee bit of long distance footage of that. And then man, it's funny how things work out sometimes. The wind all weekend has been just in the wrong direction, and I came into this one little gully, saw this deer, and bugger me if the wind was perfect for me, kind of going opposite to the prevailing wind. But anyway, I stalked around this gully, and it was just feeding on these little grassy openings. There's a yearling, and closest I could get was 25, and it was feeding towards me, so I had to wait an eternity for it to go side on. And I mean, 25 metres is a long shot for the old longbow, but you take what you can get. And yeah, just went through the motions, and the shot looked absolutely perfect. I have just picked up the arrow, and it's red from tip to knock, and It's not a gutty smell, there's no green on it, it's all red. So I'm hoping like how I've got it. I'm going to give it like an hour or so, I think. I didn't hear it crash or anything, but just going by what's on the arrow and what I saw of the shot, looks promising. Mind you, it pays to never get your hopes up, does it? We'll wait and see. Bloody good. Stoked. Rightio, this is where that deer was standing. I'm going to see if we can find a blood trail. Ah, it's the first bit of blood right here, just down from where I started. Just a few drops at the moment, but oh yep, there's some blood there. Come across this little creek here. Oh my god! Haha! Hell's bells! That's only travelled 40 metres from where I hit it. Awesome! Ah. Fantastic, nice little yearling. Thank you, Mr. Deer. Thank you. Oh, here she is. Just starting to lose her winter coat. You see the entry hole just here. Double lung, I think. Going by how quick she went down, so beautiful. She'll be magnificent eating. Awesome. That's the first. Well, my second deer with a longbow, but the first one with the Tolke whip bow. So that's awesome. Good trip. 2 pigs and a deer so far. We've still got a half an evening and another morning hunt to go yet. Fantastic. Awesome.